Well, I figured I'd go live this morning. It's been a little bit of a circus show here, and I'm taking some self-care time to have some coffee in my favorite mug. And yeah, even though you have well-laid plans, things go awry. And you just got to roll with it. And I'm just having a laugh here this morning. And even my live, I got a call in the middle of it, so I had to abort on the live. But yeah, so when I when I scheduled this whole move, pods, I had said that I was going to get a 16-foot container. So when I went out at 8 o'clock, when they told me that the container was to be delivered, that they had the smallest cube possible on the truck. And there wasn't two of them. There was only one. And I was kind of shocked because I had confirmed my delivery and what was happening and what I was getting. And I did not get that. So the delivery driver, I said, hey, I know you're just the driver here, so I need to contact Pods and thank you for showing up today, but I need a 16-foot cube. So anyway, I get back and, I'm a logistics planner. So today was going to be the pod delivery. My car gets picked up this evening, so we'll cross our fingers that that's going to happen. And tomorrow movers are going to be here. And then on Friday, was going to be kind of an easy day, and then Saturday, fly out. So anyway, I start contacting Pods, and you can't get in touch with anybody in person, and they say, oh, it's a long wait time, and you can't even do anything on their dashboard. And then they offered a texting, so I start getting into the texting thing with all of that, and they have no 16-foot containers left. And that I would have to have two mini cubes, which is what they were trying to deliver, one of them, and that the closest they could schedule was Saturday. And my flight's at 12, so then I'm going through the whole texting thing, and they can't help. There's nothing there. And then I finally was able to, they said they could do 2 cubes, and then they moved up the delivery to Friday, and that just was not acceptable, and it was double the cost of what I was originally quoted. And then I said I wanted to have a review of my customer service call that happened when I ordered my pod. And then the lady said, well, that's going to take 30 days for that to be reviewed. And that was unacceptable too. And so anyway, I put my big noggin to play, and I see that there's another U-Pack. There's another cube that got delivered. So I called those folks. I got in touch with somebody right away, and they were able to drop 2 cubes because they don't do 16-foot cubes, but they're dropping 2, and they're doing that tomorrow. I'm ordered today, and they're dropping tomorrow. And I got in touch with somebody every single time. Good customer service. So if anybody's doing a move, I vote no for Pods. And I vote yes for U-Pack. And they have all of the same type of moving and storage and everything else. And again, if you don't get what you ordered, don't accept it. I just went ahead and I just canceled my whole pod order. And there's no charge. There's nothing there. I'm not going to, I am still going to go after the call review because I do want to know what happened and what happened in the cycle, because I did not get what I had requested and what I ordered. So a big lesson just in all of this is sometimes in moving, you got to be flexible. Not everything goes as planned, and you got to have a sense of humor, and you got to just sit and breathe and have coffee and laugh at the whole circus show. And I'm really thankful that my movers, the guys that I have had a relationship with, he's helped me when I moved across the hall. And I also had some other furniture that I needed to have picked up and moved, that we have a relationship. So I texted him and said, hey, we got this big thing going on here, but could you guys do Friday when everything was in movement? And he's like, hey, whatever you need, we'll take care of it. So anyway, we're back on track with the move, and I get to, I also scored a massage for today. So in about 2 hours, I'm going to head up to my massage therapy appointment and have self-care. And then my car gets picked up. So yeah, when life gets a little crazy, you got to just laugh and have coffee and just kind of roll with it. I mean, that's how life is. And, getting wrapped up. And I could tell, like when I was talking to the pods people and when I was talking to UPAC, my brain started to spin, and I gave the UPAC guy my wrong email address. And then when I didn't get the email, I had to call him back, and then I'd given him the wrong email address. So your brain does things under stress that you're not really all that aware of. And, one of the things is moving by yourself, there's a lot of stress. You don't have anybody else to handle or double check things or share in the stress or share in the laughter with all of that. So it's all on you. And this is the first time as an adult that I've moved by myself. So I just had to take some breathing moment, and I'm having my coffee with my favorite mug and my creature comforts. And yeah, it's all going to work out. And being semper flexible, that's something we always said in the military, and situation, normal, all fucked up, snafu. That's kind of like my little thing from the military. So it was a little bit of a snafu this morning, but back on track. And, when life gets a little crazy, you just have to make sure that you're doing your own self-care, that you have your creature comforts, and that you can take little breathers and just go along with all of that. So yeah, not everything goes the way that you had planned it. And in a way, I did plan my pod to come for today. So the movers tomorrow. And so we had ability to have adjustment. And, I don't know, sometimes plans all work out in sequential order, but you do have to plan for some error and adjustment. So I'm glad that I had planned in that schedule. And I'm really glad that UPAC could go ahead and support me in last minute orders. So yeah, that's the update from Moving Central from there. We've got, today is Thursday. So yeah, abort, no live interaction. And that's a good lesson to learn but crazy, when I was putting the order in, I got a live person every single time. And I'm really impressed with UPAC. They already just called me and just confirmed that tomorrow that the pods will be delivered. And I already talked to a live person. So I really do love having a live person, you don't want to have to be messing with trying to text. And I think like having that personal interaction in your life for when you're dealing with all of these things, I think having a person is just so important. And that's something I'm going to be looking for is some of the online portals and everything. I don't think that has been an advancement in customer service. In fact, it only increased the stress load this morning because I couldn't talk to a person to see what other options are available. So yeah, I do not support pods at all whatsoever, but it's making sure that you're grounded and that you're stable, and that, yeah, you just have to maintain a sense of stability with all of that. So yeah, I hope you ladies have a really great day. Has anybody ever had their move go well? Or if they've had a big snafu, like how did you handle it? And I would love to hear any moving stories. Like those always, those will be good moments. And I'm not really happy that I have to pay more money, but I guess, moving, you just like throw cash. It's like a big cash, throw up all this money up in the air. Like I don't know what they call that, cash funnel or cash cloud or whatever, but it feels like that is what's happening right now. It's like, oh, another $300 or oh, another $500 here. And, you know, there just gets to be a point where you're not stressed about it. It's like, okay, it's another $500. But anyway, yeah, moving is, you got to have a sense of humor. You got to plan for errors, and you really do find out who you're in relationship with by how everything goes when you have problems. That's really what the deal is. And that is kind of true. Who you're dealing with and who you're in relationship with, really, when things don't go right, like in a marriage or in dating or with a car dealership or a coaching organization or pods or whatever, like when things get into hard stuff and everything's not going perfectly, how do people handle stress? That's really, and how do they handle conflict, and how do they maintain connection with you? It's easy when everything's going well, but when things aren't going well, how do people show up? And that's really what I'm interested in my life moving forward in this space, in a confident, powerful woman space, is how do people show up in conflict? And how are they with you in your vulnerable moments and in your open moments? And are they willing to be compassionate and civility? And that's a good one, Stephanie, civility. And how do people, how do they respond? And how do they treat you? And do they follow through? When everything's going great, and they show up on the calls and they're interacting with you, but do they absolutely show up on calls? Like yesterday, I had a feedback session with an organization, and the head CEO had committed to being in this call. And sure enough, he didn't show up on the call, and he committed to doing that. And I didn't feel important enough for him to be on that call. And he had his customer service representative there, and it was myself. And that was disappointing. When someone commits to being on a call to receive feedback from a client who's been there for 8 months in a program and they can't even show up, that really shows me who that person is. And, if someone can sit there with me and hear feedback and create space of hearing negative feedback, and also creating space for hearing potential solutions, and telling you how they're going to integrate feedback into improving the program or whatever else, that to me means so much to me. And when they can't be there to hear that just makes me feel less than. And I'm really looking for the full customer service experience. So I will keep you updated on UPAC so far, and also how my car pack out goes. So just wanted to give you a little bit of flavor of moving central chaos and calm. Like, there is chaos, but there can be calmness in the middle of all that. And we get to control that. Like, I could have been really spun up in all of this and be like swearing and upset or whatever else. But when we do move, there are things that are going to be chaotic and not go as planned. And how do I react to that stress? I get to react in a way that's good for me. And, it doesn't do me any good to be angry and to be upset, but to give good feedback, and also just to calm myself down. And so that's what I'm doing today. And I'm headed out in about another hour and a half. I'm going to go take a shower. Everything's packed up. And that's why I pre-planned everything. I mean, I know I was packing boxes like 3 weeks ago, because I knew as I was getting closer, you have more stress, you have more interaction, you have more chances of things going wrong. But I could control this end, and I have everything pretty well packed up except for my computer, which I'm going to do tonight. And so this is the live update from Chaos and Calm Central and Civility Central. And I'll check in tonight as they pack up my car. And I just want to say I vote yes for UPAC, because you can talk to a live person. So I hope you ladies have a really great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.